We are on Summoners.
So now the real question is: are we going to see an invade? We've gone 2 games with no invades on the bottom side.
Okay, I'd love to see it
because we do have all 5, so we might be seeing the invade coming down on their red. So I wonder if we're going to see that. They have no wards on the side of our Cardinal and that bot lane, so we might be seeing an early first blood going over, seeing that they're all leaning towards the top side with no vision coming out.
Just waiting, biding their time, and they're hoping someone comes to say hello.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna. Yeah, it looks like they're gonna hopefully wait until 1:30 and then transition over, or they might be just going over to that blue buff for that standard start. They're looking to see if anybody was checking the river early, maybe catch them out possibly, but it doesn't look like anything's going to go over. They're going to get that priority for that Skarner there with that relic, and then we're just going to have a standard start.
Yep, and puts a ward out, does the Galio. That means they're going to understand the enemy jungler's pathing pretty well. Yeah, that little bit of vision as well. It's all very helpful.
Yeah, so we're not going to see any farm missed on the top lane. So this top lane matchup is going to be all dependent on actual skill of the players, because we see them both starting off on the bottom side of the jungle. The junglers are, so we're not going to see any early ganks. And then, as I was saying, it like we see the ADC is just taking unnecessary damage from the start. He does trade a little bit back, but like that's unnecessary auto attacks that could have been avoided by that Samir. And we do see a giant level 2 engage with that taunt.
Yeah.
But we didn't lose any summoner spells, so that's a curious case. Unlike Mount St. Mary's last game, at about the 3-minute mark, we saw no summoner spells in bot lane whatsoever.
The Galio went in quite hard there, but in the end, both he and the Samira take a decent amount of damage, and it's the MF sitting pretty so far. Already up 5 creep score.
Yeah,
in from Gnar.
Ooh, that's a big poke down by Gnar. But we're going to see another fight in the bot lane.
Come on, Auto Director, you can do it. There we go. As they will trade out. The MF doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, like I said, he's not the greatest with avoiding getting hit by skill shots. So I want to see, hopefully, that he can avoid them more. Now we do see that both junglers are going to be both at level 3, but none of them has shown their presence at any of the lanes.
Yeah, just taking their farm. And I'm thinking, like, is this a particularly passive mid lane that maybe even with the jungler the kill's not likely, or is this just a stylistic choice?
So what I'm thinking is for both of, like, the mid lanes, we're going to see probably a stalemate between Seraphine and Echo for a little while. Because we see that Echo only got the corrupting potion to start. So once we see items on that Echo, we're probably going to see a little bit more aggro play coming out from that Echo. Because Seraphine really doesn't have a lot of escapes, and Echo has a lot of rushdown. And as I say, we're going to see a big fight in the bot lane with that Skarner ganking. And then we're going to see, the first blood goes over to the Nautilus and not over to the Samir.
Ooh.
But we do see a double, both of the bot laners come out. So the one good thing we can say about that on the side of Mount St. Mary's, we give all the XP over to the jungler, over to the Galio. So Galio is going to get a little bit extra priority in lane over the Nautilus, seeing that he has also an assist up onto the Nautilus. So The one thing I will say, Samir did get 2 assists, so she's going to get about 100 extra gold. That 100 gold is not going to mean the difference between that farm ratio that we see with the Misfortune out farming the Samir by double. She's about 2.5 waves down on that Misfortune, and that early death did not help.
Not one bit, and well, often is the case. You know, death's a bit of a problem in League of Legends. Goes for most games, but especially League of Legends.
Yeah, and then one thing I will say, we don't really see Elios actually getting pushed under tower often. He's usually the one that is pushing them under tower.
Yeah. So they're not having to respect the Sion in a big way and missing a couple of creeps there. An unforced error from the Gnar, who in the previous 2 games we've watched has really been the star of the show.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. We see the Gnar actually down by a farm wave, but we're gonna see that dragon started on the side of Mount St. Mary's, but there's no vision on the side of Cardinals, so it looks like this is gonna be a free dragon. They are gonna rotate up and finally notice that they are taking the dragon, but there's a little too less for anything to do about it. That's gonna be a nice Infernal Drake and a nice little power spike over there for Mount St. Mary's.
Seeing some wards cleaned out. That's always an important aspect of League of Legends. You just got to do a bit of housework, really.
We do see at the top lanes, they're both level 6, and we're almost to the Mega Gnar 4 at Ilios at the top lane, but it looks like he's just going to take his poke and back off as he transforms into that Mega Gnar. Oh, looks like they're trying to set up something in the bot lane. Oh, the big taunt that's going to come down on landed on both of them, so we're going to get that Misfortune. That Misfortune is going to go down here. Oh, the flash burned. I said a little too much. She got out.
And that could be crucial. They really go in hard for it. The Nautilus as well manages just about to get away. And okay, it was some good damage, but them living there. Oh, the Galio's in again.
That was
that is going to be the Caitlyn dead.
A big dash in by that Galio. Got Caitlyn out of lane, allows Samir get a little bit more XP on to that. Excuse me, not Caitlyn. Got Misfortune out of lane. I'm thinking about last game. Get a little bit extra XP on the Samir, even though we still do see that 24 farm deficit for Samir, but it gives that extra gold over to make that deficit just to hurt just a little less. Just a little bit.
Cardinals then are trailing by a little bit. A couple of deaths. All that separates them, though. And Sion marginally ahead in top lane. The jungle is very even as well. What do we think of the mid? Is this differential in farm expected, or has the Echo done a really good job here?
It can be expected because Echo's going to get a little bit more poke than Seraphine will at the little lower cost. So the one thing I will say, like, don't look at the farm differential in the mid lane. The mid lane's farm, like, you can see Seraphine's currently just free farming because might possibly be able to get a turret plate down. She should, hopefully, before Echo gets back. Honestly, the mid lane matchup is going to be a stalemate until one of the junglers or the top lane ganks, just like how that Nocturne just came straight in on that Gnar, but Gnar was able to get out with the ult. But we may be seeing that Sion ult coming on that Gnar. Got that flash burn by Nocturne, who was able to get out. Oh, this is going to be an interesting fight up here.
Oh, does manage to get into the Rift Herald pit and stay alive for now, but here comes some help. But as it turned around, I don't quite know what to make of this fight, but oh, the damage finally coming out. Nah, is going to be able to pick up one kill, but
overstaying his welcome.
Yeah, and Skarner going in again. I'm not sure about this. Sion's gonna surely take this.
the one thing that was big was that Seraphine ult. When that Seraphine came up, her ult hit 3. That ult kept pushing. If you don't know what Seraphine's ult does, she's able to basically yell her voice really loud, and it basically charms. It makes them walk towards her, and that gave the priority that they needed to actually take it down. Sion was able to get a bunch of free damage onto them. That Skarner had no business going back. Like, I was singing Zing's praises last game, but that choice right there was not the smartest to go back in on that Seraphine, knowing that he was low health and does not have the damage to take her down.
Well, even things up. Mount St. Mary's not looking quite as dominant as they did in the last series. Cardinals, well, it looks like the seedings were pretty accurate so far. Praise be to the admins.
Somebody did their research, and this is gonna be a banger of a game. I feel it. We don't see a lot of the goal differential. We see 600 on the side of Cardinals, but it looks like we might be able to get that Nocturne pick off. He does have that blast plant to safely get away, so we're not going to see that down. But that does give Mount St. Mary's Dragon priority in the bottom.
Yeah. Does seem to be pretty even elsewhere. Look at the MF farm. 91 already. That's very good indeed.
And looks like we are going to get no contest on that Dragon by Cardinal. And we're going to get a lovely Ocean Drake for this map. So we're going to see extra bushes planted everywhere. We're going to see extra little healing plants and flowers. Everybody loves their flowers. Ooh, that big Q onto that Gnar, but we do see Sion burn his ult in that top lane for nothing. Yeah. But we may be seeing that Nocturne gank coming through. Ooh, and he gets stunned on the tower. That Gnar is able to just walk away. No summon. He did not have a flash available, so he was able just to get out.
Nocturne coming in with the ult, just gonna take a couple of love taps from the tower though, and nothing comes of it.
Yeah, it's interesting to see that Gnar was able to just walk away. He landed his stuns. He almost actually was able to get that kill onto Nocturne. If Nocturne was just a little bit further in, he would not have been able to escape at least 3 tower shots from that top tower. Well, we got a big taunt by Galio, but not a lot of damage was able to come through from the Samir. But it looks like that Samir is going to get knocked out. That Samir is going to get taken down. Oh, the Samir does actually, as I said, she does get ignited. And the Nautilus does pick up that kill.
Yeah. MF just there for a little bit of ancillary damage. Now, they get gone on as well. Able to kite back though. But here is the Echo. Nocturne now coming in. Everybody's getting in on the action. And it's Skarner to a full Echo as well. No, he's safe for now.
That is a big 3v1 trade on the side of Cardinal. Now they're going to have that priority across the map right now. They just increased their goal lead by another 1.5k. I'm just really curious to see if they can keep this lead going. We did see Mount St. Mary's go down basically in early game. Every single game we see them play, they were able to turn around late game. But if you look at the top lane, we're not seeing that same priority that they got in that top lane like they did in the other games. So who knows where they're going to go from here, seeing that we just entered the mid game.
Yeah, so we're going to see the last little bits of plating fall. Oh, isn't able to get it a little bit too late in this top lane. And yeah, as you say, a very different look to what we've seen from Mount St. Mary's before. And whereas in the previous game, we were looking at the top lane and we were saying he was just dominating, doing exceptionally well, contributing so much to the fight. Now it's not a luxury. It's a necessity that top lane does the business from now on.
Yeah, correct. Like it looks like we're gonna be riding on Ilios to actually come through and get a little bit more damage and a little bit priority on lane as we see Sion backing out. because it doesn't look like bot lane, as usual with inside of that ADC role, is just struggling at the start. So it's going to be rely on Gnar getting those picks, getting those Mega Gnar pushes to hopefully get Mount St. Mary's rolling.
Well, haven't seen. I feel like this has been a more passive game than the ones we've seen previously. Both teams giving each other some respect, not any silly overstepping, just keeping things nice and calm. Which speaks to a confidence, in my opinion, when you're just, you know, taking our part of the map, taking our farm, confident in our abilities to go forward, not playing desperately. Skarner comes in, Nautilus will stun and immediately walks away. Meanwhile, Gnar and Sion having a little bit of a scrap. Sion gets pushed to the wall, but now on the chase, here comes Nocturne as well. The turret's doing damage, but it's not enough Narfalts.
Yeah, this is not looking good on the side of Mount St. Mary's. Their top laner is actually just not getting the priority he did have in the other games. So that's just worried about me for their mid and late game, because they usually rely on him to actually get the ball rolling. So it's looking like the Cardinals are going to start getting that priority. We'll see what happens in this next Dragon fight, which comes up in about a minute and 20. Actually, like I said, it's a little bit less than a minute now. So we're going to see whether or not Mount St. Mary's are actually going to get that third Drake, or we're going to start seeing the transition of objectives for Cardinal.
Yeah, it could well be the case. 3k up. They've got the... I would say, like, they've got the tempo of this game. They've got control in that sense. They get to dictate the pace. We're seeing a group, though, from Mount St. Mary.
Three taunt by the Galio, but it looks like it might not be for Gnar. We do have the Mega Gnar come through.
Galio comes in, stuck on a wall, though, and lots of damage every which way, but I think it's all looking good for the Cardinals. Gnar falls, Skarner falls, everybody falls. Can't get away. Meanwhile, though, it's been Echo on the backline, able to take down the Gnar. Are they able to escape themselves, or is DMF going to get them? Stun just about hitting, and Echo will live.
That was insane. We had a great engage by the Galio, but Cardinals were actually able to collapse around the back, managed to turn the tides of that team fight around. Had that Galio get off of priority targets to try to save his ADC, which was all for naught. That was an excellent 4 for 2 on the side of Cardinals. They were actually able to secure their dragon. And now we're looking at a 5k gold deficit for Mount St. Mary's. They're really not, at this point, used to playing from behind as we've seen in this tournament right now. So I'm really curious to see if we're going to see any turtling come through, whether or not we're just going to be going for picks here. Because the main person that needs to carry the team right now is going to be that Echo at 3-0. He's the one with the most damage, the most gold in the game right now. So it's going to be all relying on him maybe getting that damage out early and fast. Because if we can get that Mega Gnar big snare, we might be seeing something completely different. But now we see Gnar having to push back with 2 coming up in the top lane.
Yeah, I think Echo, if you have to rely on a champion to get something done solo, though, Echo's a pretty decent choice. Coming from the mid lane, especially, rather than Echo jungle, it's going to be very strong. And in the 1v1s, if they can isolate an enemy, I think they're going to do okay.
And then speaking of which, right down in the bot lane, we got ults burned, and that Sion is just going to absolutely say, leave me alone, and run out the rim. He's going to be able to live to fight another day.
Yep, fight going on in the bot lane. And Sion walks away. And Echo gets to farm up even more. Having a very tidy game. MF still leading on the minion kills.
This is going to be a big fight on the top side jungle.
Ooh, and there it is, Sion in the midst of things. Nautilus going to be hitting a big stun. Nocturne gets a kill. And Oh, that's huge! All of the CC all at once, but the Echo still making magic happen. A double kill for the Scion though. Now the Echo getting them so low, but can't find the last bit of damage and they disengage. Whew, what do we make of that?
Oh
3 for
man,
3.
that Echo walked away with the skin of his chinny chin chin. He was a one shot, but that misfortune could not get that last hit. But that Scion is coming up absolutely ridiculously huge. He's 6-0, 600 gold bounty. He is the tankiest of tanks. Even if he does go down, he still may be able to secure kills. It's looking real not good for the side of Mount St. Mary's right now. We're looking at Cardinals. Cardinal Esports basically have that lane priority right now. We might be seeing that early Baron come through on them because they have the priority. Looks like they are starting to get the wards down in their jungle to know where they are coming from. But that Scion's absolutely huge. But we might be seeing a huge shutdown coming off of that Gnar. That Gnar is able to poke him down, get the stun off.
Let's see. Pushing in, good damage thus far. Scion continues to walk away. Gnar now all the way in. Wants this kill so bad, but here's a Nocturne and has to get away.
Oh, it's a big turnaround fight.
And there we go. The kill for Samira.
That was a real interesting team fight we had there. That Nocturne, that Nautilus almost went down, but he was able to dredge line out of that and was able to fight another day.
In the mid, I think they're going to be okay. They will get away. Meanwhile, Baron Nashor being taken down by our red team. Ooh, MF going to get a pick, though.
Oh, this is going to be a big fight for the Cardinals. This could actually sell the game for Cardinals, depending on how this goes here.
It is the Nocturne that's going to get the kill. We swing back to Baron. It wasn't taken before, and this is a huge deal for Cardinals. Already up. If they get this, I mean, we've been saying that Sion's basically unkillable with the Baron buff as well. Good luck.
Yeah, we're looking at a 22-minute Baron, and they got eyes on the base right now. It looks like they're rotating towards Dragon. If Cardinals can get another big team fight, we might be looking at the end of the game here before 25 minutes. And it looks like they are going to take priority over that Skarner relic.
I think they will. A bit of a scuffle now, feeling each other out. In goes one. Oh, just stunned. Galio falls so quickly there and was completely isolated. The rest of the team has to back away. There's no way they can take this fight.
Ooh, that was a big fight there. And Seraphine was almost able to get that re-engage, but she was just short on her ult.
I'm worried for Mount St. Mary's here. I am. I'm not seeing the opening. We talked about this Echo. The Samira's gonna fall. It's just getting harder and harder.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think we're going to end up seeing a comeback here on the Mount St. Mary's right now. This lead is becoming insurmountable. This Scion has not died. We're looking at a 10K gold lead on the side of Cardinal Esports. They have shut down top lane. They have shut down bot lane. They've shut down the jungler. And the only thing they're looking to do is just taking that Nexus. They already got one inhib down in the bot lane. So I'm curious to see what they do with the rest of this Baron buff. Baron buff should be lasting another maybe 30 to 45 seconds before it does go down. So I wonder if we're going to see another turret come out here from Cardinal.
Yeah, I think it just feels like there's no wrong answer at this point, right? With the sort of lead that Cardinal have, they really can do anything, and every move's a winner. You want to group up and fight, you want to push, you want to take more objectives, you know, it's all lovely for them.
Yeah, it looks like they're gonna take that top tower up there, and that Scion can 1v2 right now. So I would hopefully be worried about what's going on in the mid lane.
Godlike from the MF Echo, though, maybe with something to say here, gets some decent damage, but no, it's not quite enough.
They are still pushing with this Baron buff. This is about to be the end for Mount St. Mary's. They did go 2-up. They did go 2-0 in the last game, but they might be starting from behind here at 0-1. Because I don't see a real path for Mount St. Mary's to come back here in this game. So I'm worried to see what's going to be coming up for Cardinal Esports in the next game, whether we're looking at picks and bans. For that next game, are we going to be getting rid of that Scion in the top lane? Where's the priority picks are going to come through at? Because this game is virtually over for Mount St. Mary's. At this point, this is icing on the cake for Cardinal Esports, and they're going to go up 1-0.
Yeah, this Scion, man, absolutely unstoppable. 7-0 and 17 assists. 700 gold the bounty, but good luck claiming it. That is going to be the Nexus following all of the inhibitors, and that will be a 1-0 lead in this series for Cardinal Esports.
The one thing I will point out here, Scion had a 90% kill participation here. He participated in 24 out of 28 of Cardinal Esports kills. So that Scion was all over the map. When that Scion was into a fight, is a guarantee of Cardinals. So I'm interested to see what Mount St. Mary's does in the picks and bans phase for next game, to whether or not they're going to try to basically ban out on Braced in the top lane, or what we're going to see for priority for Ilios in the top lane. Because he didn't get that matchup like he had before, where he was actually rolling. So I'm worried to see what they do on the side of Mount St. Mary's to actually counter the Scion, counter the Nocturne, and how they bounce back.
Yeah, the Nocturne, you were saying, up against such a tanky composition, could have had a bit of an issue, but found their moments. It wasn't a steamroll for them, but they were very intelligent about the engagements they did take and participated pretty much positively throughout, you know, no feeling at all. We have a little bit of a wait before our next game, as we do have to do the picks and the bans. So for now, we'll be leaving you, but in just a few moments, we'll be back with Game 2.
Trying to deal with the 3 angry zombies members that are on.
Nova looking to clear it out. Strong aggression here from Chungite Egg.
Martial arts skills, dude. That back is so good, so powerful.
This is it. This is just day one. We're just getting into things. We're trying to do everything we can to raise money for the Extra Life Foundation and Children's National Hospital here in DC.
We are going to see a Minecraft build competition.
We did everything from like music to just to cool panels like this where we get to talk about diversity, representation.
더 많이 인기 있고 더 많은 사람들이 즐길 수 있는, 많은 팬들이 즐길 수 있는 그런 문화 같은 거를 만드는 데 제가 좀 도움이 됐으면 하는 게 그냥 목표입니다.
iCivics is a free curriculum provider for middle and high school teachers.
That overlap between a traditional athlete and gamers, it's very, very similar.
I'll see you guys in the Overwatch tournament.
Oh, he did not get away. Oh, that is going to be point A.
I think that fight could have been a totally different story. You've got to try to get a flail in here. You've got to try to do more because that nano blade is coming and it came in hot.
It is time for the District Esports League 3v3 Rocket League Finals bracket here.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I think the other cool thing with District Esports League is that it's not only threes as well. You bring in the ones for competition, you bring in the twos as well. Those matchups taking place on Sunday.
Harris's shot crosses the line. First goal. Justin will hold on to win game 4. And we are heading to game 5.
When it comes to the DMV, there's so much esports talent, so much sports talent in general.
Mental health is a game changer. It not to be punny.
So I hopped in line, put on the headset. That was just mind blowing. When you're dodging and ducking, you feel like Neo in the Matrix. And then
The most positive thing is the community is growing so fast. It's so many people are playing video games now. Getting their first console.
Looking to put an end to it now, flips it up and over. Can he get in? No!
it's not going to be a three-way. They have to earn that.
Alongside Jody Courtside, King McDermott, my name is John Fiasco Byram, and welcome to this week's 2v2 Rocket League tournament.
We've got no shortage of skilled players.
Trying to clear it out. More Styles is there, looking to pass it to his teammate, but it's going to be pushed aside.
That's how we do it, yeah.
We are powerful.
We are influential.
We are diverse.
We are artistic.
Somos creativos.
We are excitement.
We are Washington, D.C. strong.
We are united by the game.
Today is day 3 of DMV's End of Summer Bash.
We are here with Luke Thompson from Reed Pop.
My name is Dana Rodriguez.
My name's Sebastian Salazar.
So I'm Stella Chung, and I'm a video producer at IGN.
I've been super pumped for all the speakers and all the events that we've had so far.
I know I am as well.
My name is Neil Johnson. I am the first director of esports at Events DC.
Thank you, Neil, and thank you, Events DC, for being our marquee sponsor and partner.
I think it's fun at this level to be at a pro player side because you really do find yourself in this process, and I think parental help has been a part of that.
Jackbox Games just donated $2,000 to the Extra Life Fund. So, Arnie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Arnie.
you guys. We're just moments away from the winners finals a selection process of who you're going to be playing in the Rocket League tournament. We've got plenty of rubber duckies, so if you need an extra, we've got some extras.
They are in trouble as it's on the goal line, and somehow it stays out. Sosa, oh my goodness.
That was gorgeous. That was absolutely beautiful. We could even hear Game Jim Josh in the other room hooting and hollering off of that one for a charged body shot. Oh, absolutely fantastic from Cat Eye. When there's no time left, the ball has to be in the net 100%.
None of this is possible without our sponsors. So thank you so much to Events DC, HyperX, PDP Gaming, Victrix, and the Powered by sponsors in the DMV, Wizards District Gaming, the Washington Justice, Virginia Youth Soccer Association, Esports Fair Play, and OTN Media. So lots of people doing awesome work here.
Who's ready for some fireworks?
Introducing the Mid-Atlantic Esports Conference, co-founded by Events DC and GameJam. We're bringing you a competition to showcase the amazing college esports talent found right here in the DMV. Schools from Maryland, Virginia, and Washington DC face off in 8 weeks of intense matches, featuring Rocket League, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Only one can be the best, so who are you cheering for? Check out MAEC.gg for more information on the teams, the games, and the future of esports in the DMV.
Their hands join in the mud, the ember gently glowed, the spark took to their clothes, the flames kept on rising higher. They stood in the fire, they burned with desire, love and emotion. With devotion, we stood in the fire, burn with desire, love and emotion, we dance with devotion, we stood in the fire. Tighter than before, they still want something more. The heat dries out the skin as their patience grows thinner, thinner than before, as they want even more, as they share in this fire. They stood in the fire. love and emotion. They dance with devotion. They stood in the fire. They burn with desire. Love and emotion. They dance with devotion.
Hello and welcome back to the MAEC. We are still here with Mount St. Mary's University up against the Cardinals. Not the, what is that? There's an NFL team called the Cardinals, isn't there?
Arizona
Cardinals. Not them. Different team. A League of Legends team in this case. And we have our draft done already. It's going to be a Seraphine, Camille, Warwick, Ezreal, and Akali for Mount St. Mary's. And on the other side, we've got Kaiser, Galio, Nocturne, Shen, and Oriana. What's jumping out to you?
So the main thing I want to see is that Camille versus Shen fight that we're going to see. It looks like we're going to see in the top lane. It looks like we're going to get that Galio, Kaisa in the bot lane. We're going to see that the Seraphine versus the Ezreal looks like, but it looks like Mount St. Mary's is back on a couple of comfort picks in the jungle, the top lane, and the mid. Oh, actually in support. The only one that's really new is that Ezreal in the bot lane, and I'm not sure if he actually plays a lot of Ezreal. Let me double check on my cheat sheet. Actually, that's a second most played ADC. So it looks like everybody on the side of Mount St. Mary's has complete comfort picks versus I didn't really have a lot of information on Cardinals Esports. Looking like so Mount St. Mary's honestly is going to be my favorite here because they're all on the comfort picks that we've seen already.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan of Ezreal. A little bit of a feast or famine. Feast or famine champion. Like, if you've got the mechanical skill, can do absolutely amazing, but also in the wrong hands is a little bit of a liability, like mine. But he's a lot of fun, so I'm excited to see the Ezreal. On the other side, I think it's just a very well-balanced team, isn't it? You've got a good mix of damage and tankiness. That Shen and Camille, I think, is the blockbuster, though, for this game. The bottom lane, there's going to be some poking going on, but I think it should be fairly quiet.
Yeah, so what I'm honestly, it's not going to be back to the bot lane like I usually say from a matchup. It's actually going to be in the top lane again, just because we saw the way Ilios was actually shut down by Brace in game one. So I'm wondering if we're going to see the same thing with Ilios being back on his super comfort pick of Camille versus the Shen. Now, the Shen does have a lot of tank for that Camille, but I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit extra like lane priority from that Camille to try to shut that Shen down. Because we see Shen, his ult ability, he's going to be able to get around the map faster than Camille will be able to. So I'm wondering how that Shen's going to prioritize mid and late game versus that Camille early game.
Well, we will have to see. Akali in the mid versus the Oriana. I don't know what to make of that. I think, they both give each other a hard time in their own way there. Both being pretty squishy champions with high damage output, right? So that could be a serious swing. I can imagine some solo kills happening between the Akali and Oriana.
So, yeah, the Akali versus Oriana, I think the Akali matchup it's going to favor the Akali in this matchup because the Oriana is going to be able to get that nice that nice 6-man ult to bring them all together. But in terms of like quick damage, I feel like Akali is going to have that damage over time, that quick assassination over that Orianna. That Orianna is going to be a lot depending on whether she's going to be able to land her ball correctly and get those skill shots down priority, while a lot of Akali's abilities can be on click and a lot of dashing towards Orianna.
Well, we will have to see. We're about to load in to the game. Once again, that is an Ezreal Seraphine bot against Kai'Sa Galio. Akali versus Orianna. Warwick in jungle once again for Zingwin, who has done tremendous work on that champion before. So we're hoping to see some good stuff from them. It's Nocturne for Exceptional Child, who I would imagine is an exceptional child. And Camille and Shen in the top lane. Do you believe in Mount St. Mary's, or after going down 1-0, are you losing hope?
So my main thing is whether Mount St. Mary's is going to actually prevent the Galio and the Shen from getting completely too tanky where it takes too long to take them down. Because if you see that Shen ult come through, they need to start prioritizing that character, because if you're able to burst on a character before they die, Shen's ult's not going to go through, and you're able to basically put his ult on another 3-minute cooldown. The one thing I do question in top lane as well is whether Shen's going to actually carry teleport as well. So he's going to have the double teleport, one for a shield and one to also get around the map more often than not. Honestly, if Mount St. Mary's can prevent that Shen from getting tanky, and prevent that Galio from actually getting a lot of value from his ult, then I can see us going to a game 3. If they cannot prevent that early, I feel like Cardinals will be 2-0ing Mount St. Mary's here.
Yeah, I mean, it's often the case. Look, I have spent most of my esports career in arena FPS games where the favorite wins and they never drop any maps. I'm not accustomed to 3-map best of 3s. It's just not a thing we experience, unfortunately. So, yeah, I think the 2-0 is likely here. But I think they're on their comfort champions at Mount St. Mary's. They're going to give themselves the best shot and put their best foot forward, which is all you can do, really, as a competitor.
Yeah, so I'm just really interested to see how the early game starts off. Are we going to see the early game aggro from the bot lane like we've seen in every single game that Mount St. Mary's played? Cardinal Esports did have the answer for all of their aggressiveness, which helps snowball at the start of this game. So I'm wondering if we're going to see a little bit more conservative play out the bot lane, or they're going to stay as aggressive as they were.
We'll have to see. Who's that little fella?
That's my dog Coco. She decided that like while I'm sitting here, she wanted to join the broadcast, and it's on her 2 hind legs just sitting here. She's like, I want to steal the spotlight.
Do it, Coco. Do it.
All right, go lay down. No, you don't want to go lay down? You gotta go lay down. Thank you.
Wow.
She likes to steal the show. She started barking earlier, which was hilarious. So here's hoping that we have an interesting game coming up. So I'm wondering to see how this turns out.
Yeah, as I say, I think we're going to have to see a strong early game from Mount St. Mary's, if only for morale. But if you're comfortable on your champion, you're going to do that much better. You've already done your limit testing in all of your practice. You don't need to do that here. And let's see, I think if they can get the ball rolling, we may be in for a 3-map series, and what a joy that would be.
Yeah, if we do get to a 3-map series, I just wonder like what bans and stuff like that will change. Whether they're going to ban out a lot of the top laners again and give them off of their comfort picks, or we might see the same matchup again. But it looks like we're about to start to get in game. So I'm ready to see how everything turns out in game 2.
Let's get right into it. We are loading in now. Wait, here we go. I'm rooting for Mount St. Mary's. I want to see them conquer a team that honestly beat them pretty handily in the previous game. We'll see if they can do it. It's all about the skins, though, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah,
it's all about...
I was about to mention that, like, that Pulsefire Shen looked absolutely fresh. So I'm kind of rooting for the Shen just a little bit because of that. Don't get me wrong. I IG Camille is a very nice skin for our world champions, but that Shin skin is kind of fire.
In many ways, having the cooler skin means you've already won.
Yep.
Unfortunately so. Look at my man Galio, though. He is a unit. And he's still so fast.
He's just a giant statue.
Wish I had the physique of Galio.
Wish I had the physique of anyone. I'm just a circle. I'm more
Just-
like I'm more like Scuttle in the river. I just have a lot of health and I can barely move around.
That's all right. That's okay. There's a use for that.
So
You're
we're
like
not
Tom
gonna see
Kent, TFT.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Tom Kent is a great unit in TFT. Probably the
just do a
best
little-
one.
Throw in a Warmogs, throw in a Duelist, and he'll never die.
Exactly.
He would just, I'll give him a Bloodthirster. He'll just regain his entire life every single time.
Shout outs to TFT, by the way. The worst way to waste your entire life, as I have been for the last year.
See,
Thank you,
I've
TFT.
transitioned over to Legends of Runeterra.
Have you?
I hate Fizz with all my heart, but I will play the Fizz deck in Legends of Runeterra.
Disgusting. All right, we are off to the races, and we're looking at the top lane. This, we think, is going to be a serious sort of tone setter, this matchup. Shen's so tanky. The Camille, though, great poke, a lot of health herself. And I tell you, the other thing I'm going to highlight is the Ezreal. Do they have the mechanical skill to really get all of the value out of this champion that you're supposed to? It's a tough order to match up to.
Yeah, my real question is we're gonna see whether this early game is going very well. We see Nocturne's actually clearing the farm much faster than that Warwick is. The Warwick's only at 4. We see the Nocturne already at 12, already clearing out his top jungle. So I'm wondering if we're gonna see a lot of priority again from that Nocturne to the top lane like he did last game for that Scion. But we do see that Camille is getting pushed back in by that Shin right now. So, like I said, I'm interested to see how that goes top lane. And the junglers, it seems like that Nocturne's clearing camps much faster than that Warwick right now.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. And the bottom lane already pushing in. Ez and the Seraphine doing a great job. Camille going in on the Shen. Decent damage already. And yeah, an overextension from the Shen pays dearly.
Oh, it looks like we are going to see
the works
the jungler come through. Oh.
Nocturne support though. Shen currently in the 2v1. They're going to turn it on the Nocturne flash from the Warwick. Camille gets first blood. And that is quite the swing.
Uh-oh. We might be seeing that Camille rolling again. Maybe it wasn't good for Cardinal Esports to allow Ilios onto that Camille that he did so great on game 1 and round 1. But it's looking like on the bot side of the map that Ezreal's doing much better and not taking that poke because he's still at full health and he's still out farming that Kaisa. So I'm interested to see if that's going to keep going. Ezreal does have a nice escape tool to avoid CC with a low cooldown. It's about 18 or 19 seconds on his arcane shift. So I'm interested to see how he uses that to avoid skill shots.
Yep. It's looking good so far for Mount St. Mary's, and here's some more aggression in the bot lane. Ezreal dealing big damage to the Kai'Sa. Meanwhile, top though, Camille getting gone on. Here's the Nocturne. Here to support. She is maybe not gonna get away. Taken down by the Nocturne. Collect 300 gold and move to start.
Yeah, but we do see that flash coming out from that Nocturne. So we're going to have about 5 minutes without that Nocturne with his real escape tool. And we do see that teleport is going to get burnt in the top lane. So she's going to be back in action. She's not going to lose a lot of XP to that Shin, but she did have to burn that teleport that could have been helpful in a team fight bot lane. but it looks like Mount St. Mary's is going to be able to get that dragon sort of uncontested.
Yep. The Drake certainly looks to be theirs. We do have the Galio come to have a look, but there's no play to be made.
Now, it's interesting to see in the mid lane. We do see that Orianna is actually grasping for mana right now. But seeing that she's under tower, it's not really a threat for Akali to dive, because Akali will die early diving under tower. She doesn't really have that super escape early game.
Not at all. Camille going in here. Good damage already. And you can see the Shen struggling a little bit in this matchup, even with the Nocturne support. Down, no, actually up in minion kills, but whenever they're trading, it looks to be going the Camille's way.
Yeah, so it looks like the top lane is gonna take their priority. They are losing in farm, and so we're just waiting to see what happens in the mid game so far, because we're still relatively early. We do see a 200 gold lead coming over for Cardinal Esports.
Yeah. The Orianna not getting picked off in this mid, having a little tough time of things. Occasionally the Akali's finding damage, but not overextending. And that's sort of what we were expecting from this mid matchup. Just the Orianna to try and play as safe as possible, avoid any feeding, and that's job done.
Yeah, so like that Orianna and that Akali are just doing their job. They're getting the farms done. They're creating space for their teams in the mid lane, but we're not going to see really any sort of like diving or anything until probably one of them ganks mid lane. So I'm curious to see whether or not we see that Nocturne, who is hovering around mid lane, come through to kill that overextended Akali in that mid lane. Because it doesn't look like Akali has any wards on that top side, so she does not know that Nocturne is there.
Yep. Ooh. Camille and the Shen having a bit of a dance. And the Shen this time comes out better for it.
Yeah, it's looking like we do have another gold lead change over to Mount St. Mary's, but it's only a slight gold lead. We're basically just even here in the first 8 minutes.
A little lead. I gotta say, quite impressed by the Ezreal so far. Hitting a lot of skill shots, dodging pretty effectively, and this is a hard character to play. Very squishy. You gotta play on the razor's edge at all times to get your value. I'm liking the play from the Ezreal in a big way.
Yeah, we do only see a couple farm deficit, and we do see that double cast over for Seraphine to snare that Kaisa to get them out of there. There's still no ults on the side of Mount St. Mary over there on that bot lane, but both ults available for Cardinal Esports at the bottom.
Galio, will get the knockup, but nothing much comes of it. And now, looking for a little bit of revenge. Doesn't really come off. And you can see all the 3 lanes are a bit of a stalemate at the moment. And even the junglers, they're not really ganking much. They're not really scrapping. It looks like we are going to be fighting for this Rift Herald, though.
And it looks like we might see a go in on that that Nocturne, who kind of overcommitted.
Looking for the steal, maybe?
The Shen coming through.
Now the chase. No such luck looking for the second kill, but they should have secured the Rift Herald with that kill.
Yeah, that was... The Shen tried to save that Nocturne with his ult, but that was a little too much damage from the Warwick and the Camille to keep Nocturne up. But yeah, it looks like we're going to see Mount St. Mary secure that Rift Herald. Now the question is if they're going to throw it in the top lane or they're going to give priority to the mid lane for it.
Oh, coming up. Mount St. Mary's thus far. They've... I mean, yeah, just across the board doing well here. The Camille has died, but has got 2 kills, so definitely keeping up with the Shen. Even a little bit lower on the minion kills, but Yeah, I'm liking their position a lot.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see where. So that Rift Arrow is. Did it get any value in the mid lane? Nope. It got maybe 1 or 2 tower plates there before they were able to mow it down. But looks like we're gonna have a fight around Dragon right now. Ooh, and that big flash out.
Another dragon going to fall. Are we going to see anything special here? Warwick comes in. Ezreal ult as well. But there is no steal, and it's just a wolf to the slaughter. Oh dear. Not a good look. Losing both the dragon and Warwick. And that's a lovely boon for Cardinal Esports.
Yeah, we do have the comfort fit. Ooh, and we got the big ult onto Seraphine from the Orianna. Oh, this is going to be a big team fight for Cardinal.
Just 300 gold, the lead now. They've done well to close that gap. Still a quiet game for this Akali. Now up against the Shen. Just getting SCS. Reasonable play. Nothing too fancy until friendly neighborhood Warwick at least sends the Shen packing.
I do agree there, but we are still seeing. We're seeing Mount St. Mary's actually now. We're at about 12 minutes. We're at the mid game point. We do see a good 500 to 600 lead, and we do see in the top lane that the farms are just about even. But that Camille is still going to have that actual gold priority over that Shen, but we do see that Kai'Sa's in the top lane to poke out that Camille and get her out of lane, but looks like they might be going for a big move onto that Camille in the top side.
A little bit quiet now. Some pings coming out mid. Just fighting for a bit of vision, I think, at the moment. Ezreal will get a plate, that's nice.
So I'm looking for we're looking in the mid lane. Now we see a giant gap in farm coming out on that Akali. But we haven't seen a lot of roam actually from that Akali. Akali's a champ known to go around from lane to lane and try to execute and get quick kills out, but we haven't seen her really leave that mid lane. So I'm curious to see whether that happens. Oh, and this big brouhaha brewing down in the bot lane.
Here's the Nocturne going in. Shen as well. It's going to be an easy kill. Warwick wants to make it a costly trade, but I don't think he'll get the chance. Galio comes in, but here's the Camille getting a lot of damage. Pretty committed at this point onto the Galio as they almost have to go under tower. They'll take one shot, but that's all. Meanwhile, Orianna mid takes 2 tower shots for no reason. I think she must have been looking at her teammates.
That was a big lockdown to at least secure 1 kill onto that Galio and trade that kill out on that Seraphine. So that Camille, again, it's coming up big. That lockdown, the Galio tried to dash out, but he just hit an invisible wall like we do in a lot of video games. And I realized that Orianna probably thought there was tower plates still there, but they were gone when she started attacking. So she was trying to get that before it ended.
Here we are. Everything just missing by the narrowest of margins.
Yeah, now the question is, are we going to see a big fight? Ooh, that's a big stop onto that Galio who has to blast plant out.
We'll get away for now. Drake up in 30 seconds. And we are sort of out of the laning phase now. Still the Ezreal content to sit bottom and farm. Everyone else, though, looking to get in on the action mid and top.
Yeah, I'm just curious if we're going to see a fight around that Rift Hero, who should be coming up in the next 45 seconds, it looks like, by that yellow hourglass. And we also have Dragon coming up, so we might see a big fight, whether between two objectives. And if we do see a giant, large team fight, we could see both objectives go down by that winning team fight team. But it looks like everyone is here, so it's going to go down.
Oh, Nocturne gets low, but not low enough. But here's Ez with a huge ult. And now the Akali activated, getting the damage in the backline. Kai'Sa's to fall. Galio's to fall. Over the lip of the edge as well. But oh, they managed to take her down. Still though, the Camille is in. But Shen turns it, gets one. Gets two, surely. Yes, there it is. And we're left in a 1v1. Who's going to win? Shen versus the Ez over the wall, disengage, a 4-for-4 in what has to be the most explosive team fight of the day.
That Shin came in and got a lot of damage with his prioritized Q because of his shield. Ooh, that Camille could not take him down. And we got to look at the Shin now. The Shin is 4-0. That boy is tanky. He is a beefy ninja here. He ain't sneaking up on anybody anymore.
All right, Dragon being taken down. The Warwick here. Do they have anything to say about this? They might.
It looks like. Ooh.
Ez is in. Damage on the Galio. He's got a whole hell of a lot of shields, though. Kai'Sa in the back, dealing big damage. But I think the Warwick is the one coming off worse for wear, but Camille getting the damage on Akali as well. This is just like the last fight, except maybe without the casualties at the end for MSM. And look at the Akali go. A quiet lane, yes, but anything but of a quiet game.
And we had Warwick steal the dragon from Cardinal Esports. So it looks like we're going to see two dragons on the side of Mount St. Mary's. So this is that was a great team fight from Mount St. Mary's. We got 4 kills. The dragon, they're going to get mid tower, possibly Rift Herald here. And that was just an excellent fight of what Mount St. Mary's needed after that 4-for-4 tie in the jungle.
Just appreciating the music. As Akali will be home. A lead then, a pretty considerable lead, almost 5k for Mount St. Mary's, looking like a different team to in the previous map. And a lot of that you have to put down to the Camille, more of a comfort pick than that Gnar. But I think the Akali has been the difference maker in these fights. The coordination, the focus fire, not quite up to the level that this assassin can't get huge amounts done. And in that backline, it's just ravaging Cardinal.
Yeah, it's interesting to see. They're trying to, Cardinal Esports is trying to take their vision back from, from Mount St. Mary's. So, but it looks like they are going to pick out some of their vision wards right there. And we do see the, that all in that's coming through by that Nocturne.
Yeah, just pushing relentlessly. And for good reason. That's a nice pick onto the Sanctus. They're going to take blue buff as well. They've got some aggressive vision up too. It's all quite nice for them.
And this is looking like they're going to take the Rift Herald. Now, the question is where they're going to drop that Rift Herald so they can get it uncontested. If they're going to put it in the mid lane, they're going to drop it in the top lane. But it's looking like we have a big brouhaha coming down in the bot lane.
Gonna take down the Ez, and the turret, well, only hits Kai'Sa once. They will get away without issue. Meanwhile, though, we have seen Rift Herald taking big fight now, though. Huge AoE damage coming out from the Camille. You can see the knockdown. Just wanting to get away. Here's the Akali. Warwick, Camille, and Akali all on the board. And that's 3 kills for nothing. And here's the Baron.
Yeah, look, it's looking like Mount St. Mary's was like, go ahead and take that Rift Herald. We're going to secure 3. You don't have the Shin all up. We got bigger fish to fry, and they're going to take this Baron down easily. Looks like Shin and Kai'Sa will be looking too contested, but it looks like they're probably not going to get there too late. They might not be able to get anything, especially Warwick does have his smite up. So this is looking like a free Baron for Mount St. Mary's.
Absolutely. Easy as you like. They're going to be home. Still a 6.2k lead. It waned a little bit, but they're right back with that triple, with the Baron. This is quite a lead they've built for themselves.
Yeah, that turnaround from Mount St. Mary's from that disastrous, basically, like, early game fight in the jungle. They have gone ahead and took Baron. They're going to take top lane. That Camille did get a little bit of a power spike. We still have several dragons to go. We're going to see Dragon coming up in about 1 minute and 15 seconds. So this next dragon fight is going to be pivotal to determine who's going to actually win this matchup.
Look at the Akali. Level 13. 160 minion kills, the highest of anyone. 5, 1, and 6. They're worth 500 gold if they go down, but something tells me they're not going to go down without a fight.
Yeah,
probably the best champion on the map right now.
Yeah, Kali's the highest level person in the game. She's been farming. She's gotten the XP from the kills. So it's not going to be fruitful for Cardinal Esports to actually go against Akali in a 1v1. They're going to need to actually CC her out because she does have a lot of the escape potential. And then a lot of actual pink wards will be able to help with that control wards because they can actually spot out where she is. Or you can also get a sweeper and you'll see where she is inside of her her invisibility shroud.
Okay, Dragon once again. We're setting up right now with MSM. And it goes uncontested. Cardinal don't want a piece of that. Just trying to buy some time at the moment, buy some space, realizing they're going to lose a 5v5 engagement pretty hard at the moment.
And then we're looking at 3 dragons on the side of Mount St. Mary's, 2 Earth dragons and 1 wind dragon. So they got that cooldown reduction and they got that extra tanky with that extra shield. So we're gonna go see this mid tower taken down. It looks like other lanes are pushing besides that top side. So they may need to rotate to actually secure that top side, but it looks like Shin is going to be being back to base.
Just a lull at the moment. As neither team really has a very good reason to be aggressive here at the moment. There aren't really any obvious objects to be taken. There's not really an easy pick either. They're on their side of the map. Camille's going to come up top, get a little bit of farm.
Yeah, what really needs to be done on the side of Mount St. Mary's, they still have... well, nope, it looks like Baron buff did just expire. Let me give a double check real quick. Yeah, it looks like Baron buff just expired. So they should have really actually try to seize more of their pushing powers that they had with Baron buff. So the one thing I'm wondering about, where is going to be this next major team fight? Are we going to be looking at over at Dragon when it's up in about 2 to 3 minutes? Are we going to be looking at Baron when it's up in about 3 minutes as well? So I'm wondering where Mount St. Mary's priority is going to come in terms of objectives right now.
So what do you think the next fight, where's that going to come from? What's going to be the impetus?
So where I'm thinking is going to happen, it's going to be the next 2 to 3 minutes. It's going to be around the setting up the vision on Dragon or Baron, because they're both going to be coming up hopefully soon for both of them.
Meanwhile, it's Ezreal that's taken the lead in the minion kills, unsurprisingly. Looking very strong right now. Got that Manamune up. That's a fun name to say. I'm going to use that more often. I'm just going to pretend everything that goes well for that Ezreal from now on is because of the Manamune.
Yeah, so what I'm saying is now we're gonna actually start getting to the point where that vision actually should be coming out on both of these objectives, but neither team actually has any vision. They don't have any vision inside of either pit over there. They do have some vision around. It looks like Cardinal Esports has no vision on the actual like in front of Dragon on the top side, but they do have vision from bot lane and from mid lane towards Baron Pit. So I'm wondering what we're going to see when it comes to the vision. We see that Nocturne does still have both of his trinket wards, has not placed it down. We do see Kaisa has a far sight allocation. So right now at this point, with the amount of farm coming out, with the no fights coming out, it's coming to the point where who's going to have the best sight. We see Galio at the top of the map, basically clearing out wards, removing the eyesight for Mount St. Mary so they don't know where they are. They're able to hide. So right now it's just a war of vision.
Yeah, it's often the case in League of Legends and MOBA games generally. That gap sort of staying about where it was. It's been a 6k lead for a while now. We haven't really seen Mount St. Mary's pull away, but nor is it contracting. Drake up in 40 seconds. Oriana's pinged that out. So it looks like Cardinal may want to make a play for this next dragon.
Yeah, they are going to need... This next fight is going to be sole for Mount St. Mary's. So Cardinal Esports is going to need to attest this, because if they don't, they're going to be extra tanky on the side of Mount St. Mary's. And then we have another 5 minutes before Elder Dragon comes up. So this is going to be a pivotal team fight here. It's whether it's going to be Soul over to Mount St. Mary's, or we're going to have to wait a little bit longer for a team to secure a Soul here. So it looks like this team fight is going to get started here because the Dragon is just spawning. The real question is Cardinal Esports going to be able to pull out the Dragon, burst it down, or are they going to get baited out and actually killed by Mount St. Mary's?
Yeah, the Galio gets rooted there, but luckily it does get away. Here comes the Warwick with the flash, with the jump as well. Here's Kaisa jumping in, and in the back line, the support of Mount St. Mary's dropping low. Nocturne doing serious damage, but once again, the Akali, the difference maker, getting all of this damage done. No escape for the Camille, though. Kaisa manages to take her down. Akali needs to come up big now, because it's 2v3. Make it a 2v3 again, but now with the Ezreal taking part, huge damage everywhere. The Akali will be the last left alive, along with the Shen, the two ninjas going at it. It's 900 gold, and the shutdown, and the ace, and perhaps a dragon too. Shen making wine out of water right now.
Oh my goodness. That was a big fight at Dragons for Cardinal Esports. They secured the kill. So the one thing I will say about that, Warwick got a little too jumpy and completely basically whiffed his entire ult. If he had landed that ult, we might be seeing the end game for Mount St. Mary's. We might be going to a game 3 right now, because we would have got Dragon. They would have been able to push a little bit further. But seeing that giant swing and a miss and the burn the flash, that Warwick had to wrap around the entire team fight. And the team fight was basically over at that point. He had no damage in that team fight, and he just sat there and fed his kill back over. But that's real big for Cardinal Esports, who was looking to get back into this game.
And that may well be the lifeline they needed. Things were looking a little bit grim for a while there, and that's the first really strong move they've made to narrow this lead. Still behind, still trailing, but it's more hopeful than it was. Here comes Nocturne. Camille's out there.
Yeah, so like the one thing I will say, that Akali is officially scary once again. That Akali can dash in, basically take down a few people, dash out. Only reason why she couldn't take down that Shen, she was running low on energy, and that Shen is incredibly tanky. The Shen has everything he needs to stay alive and still deal damage.
Yeah, so, I mean, the Akali and the Shen are the two most farmed champions on the map right now, on account of their pretty high kill counts. The thing is, it's like the Akali's power is obvious. It's super flashy in the back line, one-shotting supports, whereas the Shen just doesn't die. So I think it's easier to underestimate that in one of these long sort of attrition-based team fights.
Correct, and he doesn't die, and he still can put out a ton of damage with a lot of his auto attacks, especially when his abilities come in. When he has that sword, he's able to block certain attacks, and now we just got a big team fight going on in the mid lane.
Nocturnal doing so much damage in the AoE, but stunned, and the Ezreal, misses a couple of key shots. Here's the Shen, charmed under tower though. The damage is going to be huge. Still, he manages to live. Ezreal comes out. Finally, the Shen surely going to fall. Yes, it's Warwick. Onto the Shen. There's the Camille as well. Onto the Galio and the Kai'Sa. All that remains gets away. But she's not defending this Baron. It's going to be an easy pickup for Mount St. Mary's.
The one thing I will say I noticed about that team fight, they completely whiffed on that Warwick ult again. Completely dove in the backline, didn't get any value of it. Luckily, that dive in the backline while they were trying to disengage allowed Warwick to be in the back of the line to Q and get more damage out so that way they can secure all the kills in the mid lane.
Well. This feels like do or die right now for Cardinal. I'm struggling to see their way out of this right now. That team fight was so convincing for Mount St. Mary's.
It's a bleak team fight. They have Baron on the side of Mount St. Mary's. Mount St. Mary's is looking to end this game ASAP. Yeah, it looks like, we're going to have that big engaged by that Shen there in the top side jungle.
Well, Galio getting a little bit low here, and yeah, taken down. The Shen trying to get away, no such luck. Double kill for the Akali. This might be game.
Yeah, no, this will be game. This is 3 down on the side of Cardinal Esports. We are going to be going to game 3. They do have the Baron. Everyone is up. There's not really much we can do about this. This is going to be a game 3 and a win for Mount St. Mary's. They're just going to beat him at the end. Oh, they almost got taken down by the Summoner Tower, and they're just going to beam them on spawn plates. But we are going to be going to a game 3. Mount St. Mary's was able to actually come back on their comfort picks and take down Cardinal Esports, and we're going to be going to a game 3, so I'm excited.
You know, that's a thing of beauty to see people just playing to their own strengths, sort of having that belief and managing to... Lovely stuff from both teams, but especially Mount St. Mary's.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what the picks and bans phases are going to be like. Again, are we going to get that? We're definitely going to end up taking away a lot of comfort picks away from Mount St. Mary's, because once they can play something they're comfortable with, that's all they need. Cardinal put them on their back foot in game 1 and was able to take it away from them, but then they decided to give them their back foot back, and they were actually able to take a few steps ahead. So seeing those games 1-1, the main thing that Cardinal needs to work on to actually secure this match victory is to work on their bans.
Well, that was game number 2 in this best of 3. We'll be back in just a few with our third and final map.
Resources, even for kids out there, like this game gym where you can see gamers are here to be coached, hone their skills, but they can also find a mentor that teaches them about moderation.
Try to deal with the 3 angry zombies members that are on.
Nova looking to clear it out. Strong aggression here from Chungite Egg.
Martial arts skills, dude. That back end was so good, so powerful.
this is it. This is just day one. We're just getting into things. We're trying to do everything we can to raise money for the Extra Life Foundation and Children's National Hospital here in DC.
We are going to see a Minecraft build competition.
We did everything from like music to just to cool panels like this where we get to talk about diversity, representation.
더 많이 인기 있고 더 많은 사람들이 즐길 수 있는, 많은 팬들이 즐길 수 있는 그런 문화 같은 거를 만드는데 제가 좀 도움이 됐으면 하는 게 그냥 목표입니다.
iCivics is a free curriculum provider for middle and high school teachers.
That overlap between a traditional athlete and gamers, it's very, very similar.
I'll see you guys in the Overwatch tournament. Oh, he did not get away.
Oh, that is going to be point A.
I think that fight could have been a totally different story. You gotta try to get a flail in here. You gotta try to do more because that nano blade is coming and it came in hot.
It is time for the District Esports League 3v3 Rocket League Finals bracket here.
Yeah, absolutely, John. I think the other cool thing with District Esports League is that it's not only threes as well. You bring in the ones for competition, you bring in the twos as well. Those matchups taking place on Sunday.
Harris's shot crosses the line. First goal, Justin will hold on to win game 4. And we are heading to game 5.
When it comes to the DMV, there's so much esports talent, so much sports talent in general.
Mental health is a game changer. It not to be punny.
So I hopped in line, put on the headset. That was just mind blowing. You're dodging and ducking. You feel like Neo in the Matrix, and then.
The most positive thing is the community is growing so fast. It's so many people are playing video games now. Getting their first console.
Geek looking to put an end to it now. Flips it up and over. Can he get in? No!
It's not giving them a three-way. They have to earn that.
Alongside Jody Courtside, King McDermott, my name is John Fiasco-Byram, and welcome to this week's 2v2 Rocket League tournament.
We've got no shortage of skilled players.
Trying to clear it out. More Styles is there. Looking to pass to his teammate, but it's going to be pushed aside.
That's how we do it, yeah.
We are powerful.
We are influential.
We are diverse.
We are artistic.
Somos creativos.
We are excitement.
We are Washington, D.C. strong. We are united by the game.
Today is day 3 of DMV's End of Summer Bash.
We are here with Luke Thompson from Reed Pop.
My name is Dana Rodriguez.
My name's Sebastian Salazar.
So I'm Stella Chung, and I'm a video producer at IGN.
I've been super pumped for all the speakers and all the events that we've had so far.
I know I am as well.
My name is Neil Johnson. I am the first director of esports at Events DC. Thank you, Neil, and thank you, Events DC, for being our marquee sponsor and partner.
I think it's fun at this level to be at a pro player side because you really do find yourself in this process, and I think parental help has been a part of that.
Jackbox Games just donated $2,000 to the Extra Life Fund. So, Arnie, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Arnie.
Guys. We're just moments away from the winners finals, a selection process of who you're going to be playing in the Rocket League tournament. We've got plenty of rubber duckies, so, if you need an extra, we've got some extras.
They are in trouble as it's on the goal line, and somehow it stays out. Sosa, oh my goodness.
That was gorgeous. That was absolutely beautiful. We can even hear Game Jim Josh in the other room hooting and hollering off of that one for a charged body shot. Oh, absolutely fantastic from Cat Eye. When there's no time left, the ball has to be in the net 100%. Oh, yeah.
None of this is possible without our sponsors. So thank you so much to Events DC, HyperX, PDP Gaming, Victrix, and the Powered By sponsors in the DMV, Wizards District Gaming, the Washington Justice, Virginia Youth Soccer Association, Esports Fair Play, and OTN Media. So lots of people doing awesome work here.
Who's ready for some fireworks?
Introducing the Mid-Atlantic Esports Conference, co-founded by Events DC and GameJam. We're bringing you a competition to showcase the amazing college esports talent found right here in the DMV. Schools from Maryland, Virginia, and Washington DC face off in 8 weeks of intense matches, featuring Rocket League, Overwatch, and League of Legends. Only one can be the best, so who are you cheering for? Check out MAEC.gg for more information on the teams, the games, and the future of esports in the DMV.
Stop it, so much hate, it made me nauseous. Worked in silence, made me cautious. I exerted every option, count me out, must think I lost it. Losing sleep, somehow I fought it. I heard life was a box of chocolates, ain't shit sweet round here, it's toxic. Made the most of what we got, we go hard, been through a lot. So we party till we drop, tell the neighbors it won't stop. Watch your shorty hit me up on days I need to pick me up. I just wanna live it up, can somebody lift me up? Somebody lift me up.
Drinking and smoking yourself. Don't even wanna try. Make room for somebody else. Oh, I just wanna hide out from under all these indecisions. Oh, make room for somebody else. Circling the edge, way up high. Don't know if I'll ever have a useful alibi. Gone too far to stop. Yeah, I'll try. Flying, crashing, looking for a perfect suicide. Circling the edge.
Only hit me up when it's late night. Then going ghosts disappearing in the daylight. We've been going round in a spiral. Cause I think you're too afraid of a title. Like the shady, 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 shady. And it ain't right. And you tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me we'll be alright. Baby, don't you play another song on my heartstrings. Just tell me the truth. If you want me, then show it. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? What you wanna do? Tell me how you feel, how you really feel, and why you're too afraid to get too real. I've been on and off for way too long. Anybody else would be long gone. Like the shady, shady, shady.
And welcome back to the MAEC. We are here for a third and final game between Mount St. Mary's and Cardinal Esports. It's too close to call. We've got a brand new lineup for you. For Mount St. Mary's, it's going to be Orn, Hecarim, Annie, Misfortune, and Galio. For Cardinal, it's going to be Set, Sejuani, Akali, Ezreal, and Nautilus. A very different look to our previous game. I mean, is anybody on the same champion? I don't think so.
We still have Thief of Sanity, I believe, is still going to be on that. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh,
He played
sorry.
Akali.
I have got the teams the wrong way around. That's why that's gone wrong.
Yeah, he's played the
You
Akali,
are
and
correct.
then we had the Ezreal still on the side of Mount St. Mary's. But it looks like on the side of Cardinals, we are going to see the Galio come back out, but we're not going to see any. We do see, actually, I think we see the Misfortune that they played in game one come back out as well. The one thing I will say that we have not seen Horse Buddy, which is Hecarim. This is the first time Hecarim's going to be played in the 5 games that we've had so far. So I'm curious to see how Mr. Runny around the jungle is going to be doing against the other team.
Time will tell. I'm excited to see Set, a relatively new champion. What, has been in the game for maybe a year, something like that?
Yeah, it's been a year, probably in January.
Yeah, something like that. And a hugely explosive character, if you'll pardon the pun. A lot of big playmaking potential. The Akali, as you say, seeing a return as well as the Ezreal and the Naught. I think they did very well in that second game. There's no real reason to change it up. But at the same time, I don't think it was so dominant that I'm surprised they've been let through. I think both teams can probably look at that game too and go, you know what, we'll give it another go.
Yeah, so like the one thing I'm curious, they did let the Akali go through, but they did go ahead and ban out the Camille, they banned out the Viego, and they banned out the Aurelia. So we still see another 3 bans on Elios on the top lane, and then we also have the Rel, and then we have the 1 Warwick ban for the jungle. So it looks like Cardinal is still prioritizing getting rid of all of the top laners picks and comfort picks up there. So we're seeing him bust out the set. Now, as a set main myself, the one thing I am worried about versus that Ornn does have a lot of poke that Set does not have at the beginning. So Set's going to need to prioritize his E to bring Ornn back with the stun to get that a lot of damage. But Ornn will be able to dash out as well. So I'm curious to see how Ilios does. And I'm also curious to see if we're going to see a no-skin Set. So no-skin Set.
I don't know. We will see. As we are loading up into our game already. Excited to see exactly how blinged out that set is. We're about to find out in just a few seconds. You can cut the tension with a knife.
He's on that Prestige Edition set, and
nice.
That's my man. And
nice.
That's my man right there. I no bias, but that's my favorite set skin, and that takes a lot of playtime to earn during that lunar event. So he's probably put some hours in and got that set skin. So I'm really curious to see if he has a lot of time on set, or is the set just a pick to try to help bring that team fight? Because what it looks like is on the side of Mount St. Mary's, they have a lot of engage. Whether you have the dash in by Sejuani, you have the dredge line by Nautilus, you have the face break, you have the face breaker by Set to bring them back. But it looks like they are going for the full invade right now.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And look at Galio just, his big legs will take him far enough away. And yeah, you got to be careful in this jungle right now if you're on the side of Cardinal. Doesn't look like much is going to come of it, but I'm so happy to see that they tried.
Yeah, it looks like the set is going to be starting that E here. Honestly, in lane, starting the E is not the best to do. A lot of times you will see people start the Q or the W to get that extra farm out, and that W to play a little bit safer just in case for the burst damage. So having that E out first is going to create a little bit of issues for Set until level 2, where he can get his Q out and be able to dash towards and get that double auto attack. So I'm curious to see how he works around that level 1, having less priority level 1 versus that Ornn.
Well, Akali Annie mid. What do you think of that? I feel like the Annie should be able to withstand the Kali's pokes pretty well, but other than that, I would prefer to be the Akali, I think.
Yeah, I would 100% prefer to be the Akali, because that Annie is going to need, a lot of her abilities are on click, but a lot of with the invisibility cloak for that Akali, she's going to need to space out her W properly in order to stun that Akali in her shroud. So that's the one thing I'm worried about. Now, level 6, on the other hand, Akali can still dash towards Annie, even though she does ult. So we got to see how Annie prioritizes her stun on that Akali in the middle.
Right. Well, time will tell. Once again, an Ornn in the top lane. Nice and solid, secure champion to play.
Yeah, Ornn right now is the top lane behemoth right now, with all the tank items getting a lot of priority in the most recent patch. Ornn has been the beast in the top lane. He doesn't have to go back, but we do see Set getting a little bit of damage over there, bringing him back to Ornn while Ornn was trying to buy an item from the shop.
Yeah. As the North looks, just a little bit of poke there. Sejuani will be taking that red buff. And Set, as you can see, just trying to trade out here with the Ornn and doing a decent job of it.
Yeah, so the one thing about the Set and Ornn matchup, the Set's going to need to prioritize his W on that Ornn to hopefully get that true damage out, because Ornn is naturally tanky. Oh, we're going to see a fight in the junglers.
Here we go. Sejuani up gets back for him. Annie's here as well. Damage not quite there, and Akali going to dissuade them. Hecarim fancies a piece of that as well.
So it looks like we are going to see a trade of summoners. We're going to lose the Sejuani Flash, which helps to lose a little engage for her dash. And we are going to lose, the Hecarim's going to lose his ghost. So his E is going to be a little less potent without that ghost. A little less damage coming out from his speedy horsey time. And yes, I did say speedy horsey time.
See, the Galio and the MF did have a little look into the river, getting a bit of warding and dewarding done, I would imagine. Nautilus in the shrub has been looking for these stuns all game long. Just trying to be an absolute nuisance. And so far, unable to find much of an opening. Set up top, though, in a little bit of trouble. Here's Hecarim. Bjorn as well. The damage not quite there. It's going to have to be a flash, though.
Yeah, the set did waste his W early, so it gave the opportunity for the Hecarim to come in. If that set did not have his flash, he was absolutely going to go down there. Set doesn't really have a lot of escape. He does have a lot of engage. So that was actually a really great gank by the Hecarim here. He's going to reward himself by taking a little bit of jungle away from the Sejuani. Oh, and that big stun's going to come down. The one thing I will say about the Annie Akali matchup, with her Q being on click, no matter what, if Akali does go into her shroud, she will get stunned in that shroud.
Right. Dragon going down without much of a fuss here. Cardinal aren't in a position to stop that. That's an easy pick. And we will be seeing the bot lane duo going back. Sejuani coming to farm some more creeps. Meanwhile, though, that is, of course, MF and Galio getting free farm in the bot lane.
Yeah, and we are seeing a small gold lead from out of... Oh, and this is going to be a big gank. Oh, and the whiff by the Hecarim. That should have been a dead set. But instead, Set was just able to walk away.
Not what you want to see if you're a Cardinals fan right now.
Yeah, that was actually just a large misplay by that Hecarim there. That should have been a kill secure onto that set. But instead, Set's able to stay in lane, recover a little bit of farm back from the Ornn, and actually be able to get the XP to become level 6.
And the Set, I feel like Set's a pretty snowbally champion. I think if they have a good early game, they're going to have huge impact in the mid game especially.
100%, yeah. Set is depending on his early game. Set can turn it around in his mid and to late game. All depends on what's going on. But when Set does get behind, he does get behind. He won't be able to get a lot of that engaged without going in and dying. But that W, that true damage, is still a lot to work on, especially when you're dealing with another tank.
Pushing in here.
It looks like Set is going to go for Blade of the Ruin King to start.
Very strong item indeed, and going to help him really track people down and keep them honest if they ever do overextend. At the moment, all calm on the western front. I'm looking towards that mid lane though, as Hecarim maybe stealing some of the enemy jungler's creeps.
Yeah, Hecarim has been living in Sejuani's jungle, counter-jungling over there, especially on the top lane side. So just look for here in the next minute or so that we're going to see another gank over from that Hecarim onto the Set. Unless Set can take down the Ornn. Oh, and Ornn
let's go. Just about gets away, and here's the Hecarim. Set dropping low. First blood, there it is. Almost kills the Ornn. In the end, gets killed themselves.
Like I said, though, we had to look at the Hecarim in the topside jungle. There was no wards for that Set at all, and he went completely all in. So if the Hecarim was anywhere on the top side, Set was going to be dead. And like clockwork, Hecarim did come in for the gank, and we still had that ult out for Ornn, and Ornn was able to secure the kill.
Not the fortuitous start the Mount St. Mary's wanted. Already done so well to take the second game in this best of 3, following a pretty decisive loss in game 1. Nautilus not really under any real pressure there. We'll just walk away. MF, meanwhile, a couple of free autos onto the Ez. Not bad at all.
Yeah, and it's looking like we're going to see a slight goal lead come out on the side of Cardinal Esports. So I'm just curious to see if they can keep that advantage rolling. Oh, it looks like it's going to be a big engage in the bot lane.
Absolutely. But the Galliot manages to get away, dashing onto the MF. Here comes Hecarim, perhaps to bail them out. Nautilus already flashes Hecarim with the ult. Will kill Nautilus, surely. There it is. The Galliot gonna get it done. But meanwhile, Akali doing damage, bringing them low. Not quite enough. And Hecarim now playing bouncer and keeping both the Ez and the Akali away. 2-0. It's another clean fight for Cardinal.
Yeah, but it's looking like that goal lead is just going to keep increasing. We're close to a 2K goal lead for the side of Cardinal, but we're still in that early to mid game right now. It looks like that Szechuan is going to get that stun over and that flash from Annie. But she looks like she's going to be able to get out.
Yeah, just about. I do love how obviously like the walking animation doesn't change based on your situation. So this Annie that's running for her life is still just prancing like a little girl. I love it.
But it's looking like we're gonna see Dragon. The next Dragon is gonna probably go over the way to Cardinal Esports here.
Yeah, it does look to be the case. It's been an almost faultless first 10 minutes for Cardinal.
Yeah, so it looks like we're gonna get Cloud Drake here. So Cloud Drake's gonna give better ult timers, a little more CD for the team that does secure that Cloud Drake. And we will see the map change, like how we saw with Ocean Drake with the extra bushes, the extra flowers. You'll see and the top side and bottom side jungles, especially around the buffs, you'll see a little speed up boost area to help the teams move around the jungles because of that Cloud Drake.
Trying to go in there. The trade looks okay though. And we need to see, I think, something. Some aggression, some pick, some direction for Mount St. Mary's. Because at the moment, they're playing a losing game and seem content to just let it go on.
Yeah, it's looking like Mount St. Mary's is going to be looking to hopefully stall this out just a little bit. But it looks like this top lane, we're going to probably see another dead set here. Set is going to... he's not going to be able to get out.
The Hecarim's there. Too much damage. Ornn will take his second kill of the game. That's set 0-2 and 0.
Just like in game one, like in Clockwork, we get Elios onto something that he is not comfortable on, and we see top lane just absolutely getting rolled.
And here MF uses ult, doesn't really do that much damage. You can see the Nautilus once more. Ezreal from downtown. Meanwhile, Annie gets dropped. It's a 2-kill little bit of a party piece there. Lovely stuff from Mount St. Mary's to get them back on the board.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's, we got a kill on the Akali in the mid lane. So Akali's going to soak up more XP than that Annie. And then we do have the kill and the goal onto Ezreal to help out damage that Misfortune. That is really big right now. Even though we do look at the top lane, the set is 0-2. The Ornn is 2-0, but that set can still create space and priority for their team mid to late game. And he still can deal out the damage partially, especially he can drag Orin under tower, which he'll have to waste his utility to get out.
It is a small lead now, just 2,000 gold, the advantage for Cardinal. Set going to be going into this tournament. Seems to like their chances in the 1v1. It's only been because of the Hecarim's involvement that this top lane has gone quite so awry.
Yeah, so that's what Hecarim is supposed to do. Hecarim is supposed to come disrupt, because we see Set getting a lot of the priority on Orin in the top lane, but that Hecarim, we see Set is not warding properly. He's not covering his top tri-bush, he's not covering his river, and that's why he keeps getting ganked by that Hecarim. That Hecarim is speedy and fast, so Set's not going to have that mobility to get out there fast enough.
Once again, trading out. Classic top lane, though, isn't it, really? Just wailing it away each other, neither of them dying. Big, tanky sons of guns.
Yes, and we're going to see that Set is going to get super low, but he's not going to be able to do anything. His W was down already, and Orin's going to take that 3-0. Now, this is going to be a bad matchup for Set going from here. He does have that Blade of Ruin King to get that extra damage. Now, the question is, what's the mythic he's going to go to try to counter the Orin? The Orin is going to have that Sunfire.
It certainly is. Galio. Maybe slightly out of position. They're going to be dashing in now as just off the mark. That's a bit of a heartbreaker. Going in now is the Nort. MF pops the ult. Flash over from Nort as the Annie comes to play spoiler.
It looks like we're going to have a back off on the way of Cardinal Esports, because we are going to have that Akali come in. We do have that Annie with a a stun, but it's looking like it's going to probably be a dragon take here for the side of Mount St. Mary's. They're getting the vision set up. Dragon should be up in the next 30 seconds.
It's going to be the dragon. Are we going to see a big play from the Galio? Oh, it was close. It was very close.
Yeah, but so it's looking like we're going to see two dragons on the side of Mount St. Mary's. Only one on the side of Cardinal Esports, but Cardinal Esports is going to keep that gold advantage in that lane priority. Because that Rift Herald is mowing down. It looks like they're going to take a tier 1 and a 2-tier tower from Mount St. Mary's in the top lane. And Hecarim may pay with his life.
Is he gonna get away? Set
but
will
the horse is too speedy
and smash him down, and he's gone. Not tries, but there was no real hope.
That horse is too fast.
Just a brief look at the creep score so far. MF leads 152, Ornn 145. It's then Akali, followed by Set, Hecarim, and Annie. The Ezreal lagging quite far behind.
So Ezreal is lagging far behind, but he does have that one kill to actually make up for that farm differential. So you got to think about that way. We're looking at 30 farms, so an average of 10 to 15 per kill. And a kill is going to actually give you about 300 to 450 gold for that kill. So we're looking at about even between the Ezreal and the Miss Fortune comes to gold.
Not too bad then. Not too bad. A little bit of dewarding going on, a little bit of a blue buff going on.
Now, the one matchup that I would see with the gold differential is going to be the top lane.
Yeah.
We have 3 kills over there for the Ornn, plus another 20 farm advantage. We're looking at close to 800 to 900, actually probably close to 1,100 gold. That Set is behind on the Ornn. We see the Ornn has a giant spell. He has all the things to make a Thorn Mail, while we're still seeing a Blade of the Ruin King, boots, and a longsword on the side of Set. Set is really behind right now.
And
Looks
it's
like
going to
he's
be...
gonna be burning his teleport. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, excuse me, he's gonna back.
It's going to be tough for him to find impact, really. And the Ornn's just going to have a really nice game, you know. When you get ahead as a character that does a lot of damage, you can still fumble that. And if you're squishy enough, you know, it doesn't matter. If you make a misplay, it's over. But when you're playing a character like Ornn and you get ahead, everything's just easier. Your mistakes matter less. And you get to just be a little bit sloppier and still with the same results.
Yeah,
so, lovely.
What is looking like? Set's gonna need to actually just try to farm as much as he can possible. Set still can provide an impact over to his team if he's able to set up these picks and get these ults in to actually help the team and get the team fight started.
Yeah. That's going to be tough, though. You know, the inverse of what I was saying is true, because he's a tanky character, but I'd sort of relies on that to get some visibilities off. If he is behind, then the window for action is that much narrower.
Correct, yeah. Set's windows of opportunity right now in the top lane is closing. He is still down in farm, but he just needs to get something. One kill can actually turn Set around right now.
Gonna be going back. Have we had a single team fight this game? I don't think we have.
We have not. We've seen a lot of picks and a lot of ganks coming in, because if you look, 3 of the kills on the side of Cardinal Esports have came from the 1 solo kill by Ornn, 2 gank kills by Hecarim and Ornn, and then we have that 1 kill of Nautilus in the bot lane by MF and Galio. So MF, Galio, and Hecarim. So we're looking at not a lot of skirmishes between the entire team, but a lot of individual actions. As you say that, we are going to see a skirmish now.
Here it is, and Nautilus just trying to walk away. So far, weathering the storm pretty well. Sejuani gonna participate a little bit. They don't like the look of that, and they pull away. Ornn, though, coming back in. I think, wants to leverage this gold lead that he has. 179 minion kills, 3-0 up. This Ornn is raring for a fight, surely.
Yeah, we're going to need some items to actually chunk down this Ornn, because he is getting super tanky. Now we have a teleport coming through. Set is coming down, so we are going to probably see a giant team fight here.
Is this okay for the Set? He's going to jump out immediately. We're going to see the Sejuani fall, though. Nautilus as well, dropping low. MF with the double. Ult going out as well. Set falls. Akali falls. It's a little bit ugly. The Ez, I think, will live, but he will be the sole survivor. He won't? Oh!
He will not. This is going to be an ace on the side of Cardinal Esports. They're going to take the dragon. They're going to they're going to triple their lead to 6,000 gold. This is looking like we're going to see Cardinal Esports inside of winners finals.
That's going to be the mid tower going in very short order.
Yeah, this is Mount St. Mary's right now just needs to somehow not take these fights. We did see the Set come in. He did ult, and we get the damage over, but there was just way too much damage coming out of from the Misfortune. There was no priorities taken there. We have so much tank from Ornn that Ornn is able to absorb all that backline, and Hecarim's actually able to dive a lot of the squishies on the side of Mount St. Mary's. So it just looks like we're going to probably end up seeing a Cardinal Gaming Esports victory here, barring anything that, like a throw from Cardinal, but Cardinals in the driver's seat. They have the directions to the victory. They just got to get there.
Let's see what they can manage. As Hecarim at level 13, very, very healthy indeed. The Ornn already at 14, and so big, so hard to take down. I'm not seeing where the damage is going to be for for Mount St. Mary's. It's got to be this Akali, because, I mean, the Ezreal in a very sustained fight can get it done, but it just feels like he's going to need so much time.
Yeah, he is going to need a lot of time. What Mount St. Mary's needs to start prioritizing, they just need to start playing the pick game. They can no longer team fight. If they team fight, it will spell the doom for them. They need to try to get the vision. They need to start getting the picks. They need to massive rotate on a single person, get that kill, and then think about going for a team fight. You need to get the gold right now. Like right now, I would prioritize probably killing the Hecarim, killing the MF. Do not touch the Ornn. The Ornn can still deal damage. He still has his knockup coming out, but those are going to be one of the major priority targets when it comes to the team fights. Now, like you see Akali in the top lane, if you see anyone over pushing by themselves as Mount St. Mary, I would completely rotate, try to attempt to kill off that person, and then scatter before Cardinal Esports can do the rotation as well.
Sounds like a hell of a plan. Whether they've thought of it or not, I don't know. But this push looking pretty strong, and you know, when you've got a lead like this, making a bad move is sometimes a little bit difficult as long as you're even slightly competent, because I mean, this Ornn is just gonna like almost every fight he can take right now.
As we see another fight in the jungle.
Be onto this Nautilus. Galio there with the stun. Sejuani sort of blocking the way, but oh, huge damage and a missed flash as well. But is Sejuani going to get away? She is.
It's insane. They're taking these fights in the jungle, and these are not good fights for Mount St. Mary to take. If they're going to have any chance of coming back, they need to avoid these fights. They need to disengage. They need to get out with their lives, but they are trying their best to keep fighting in the jungle where they don't have all the vision and get collapsed upon by the enemy team. And right on cue, as I said it, we see another fight in the now at the top side of the jungle.
And here it is, surely the kill on the Sejuani. Yes, indeed. And now Galio and Ornn, the two big bruisers pushing forward. They're going to take down the set. No drama at all. And 11-2, the gap widens.
Yeah, and this is going to be a free Baron for the side of Cardinal Esports. They're going to be able to increase their gold lead to just about almost 10 or 11K here. This is looking bleak for Mount St. Mary's right now. They are going to need to hopefully try to get this Baron steal with the ults, and the barrage did not help. And it looks like we're going to see Baron over to the side of Cardinal Esports.
Well. Baron as well. This is a little bit dire for Mount St. Mary's. I'm not too sure what they can piece together.
Yeah, Mount St. Mary's is gonna actually need a miracle right now to come back here. Looks like that we are gonna punch them a one-way ticket over to the losers bracket, but we are gonna see a giant team fight here, and it's going the way of every other team fight that we've seen this game.
Yeah, looking good. Ornn, is he gonna die this game? Probably not.
Yeah, this might be the base for Mount St. Mary's right now. This is going to be a large push on their side right now of Cardinal Esports. They have the Baron buff. They have the Dragon coming up. Misfortune should be able to take that Dragon down really quickly. That's going to put them at 3 Cloud Drakes. They're going to have ridiculously low ult timers. We're going to see this mid tower go down. And it looks like we're still going to see Cardinal Esports completely pushing. 15-2 is the kill line. But it looks like they don't care. They're just going to keep going in. Under tower, they're going to dive them. Oh, man. This is looking so bad for Mount St. Mary's.
What can they possibly do at this point? Akali Gonna try and take down Galio. Now jumping on the Annie, but oh, dropped by the misfortune. Double for her. Oh dear. Oh dear. I think we can put a fork in this one.
Yes. Stick and fork in them. They are done. Yeah, we're gonna see the 3v3 come through in the mid lane. They're gonna pick up 2. Yep, this is over. Take the L out of Lover, brother. It's over.
That is a hell of a saying you've got there. Well, there we are, 20-3. The third and final game was the most one-sided of them all. Going into your grand finals, it will be Cardinal Esports.
Well, they'll be going in the winners finals.
Is it winner? Sorry, my bad. I always make this mistake. Every single cast I'm ever on, I accidentally miscall who's going where. But to the winners finals goes Cardinal Esports.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to see Howard versus Cardinal Esports in the winners finals, and we might see a matchup between another rematch between Shenandoah versus Mount St. Mary's.